number 2 in the entertaining manual, and the time is 5 to 7 minutes. The title of Dave's speech is Blind Fear. David Sarl doesn't fear much. He will try almost anything once, twice, if he thinks he likes it. Dave is the best impromptu speaker if he has at least 2 weeks to prepare. Please welcome David Sarl.
Blind fear. Blind fear is something I, as well as I would bet, every one of us in this room has experienced. Blind fear is when you fear something that you can't see, or that you aren't sure is there, or that you don't understand. I.e., blind fear is when you're sitting at home, you've just watched a scary movie, and you know that every damn sound in the house is somebody breaking in to slaughter you. Nobody's had that experience, have we? I have a story about blind fear that you may enjoy. It's quite humorous. Blind man got out of class late in the evening on a school campus where there's been a lot of muggings that have taken place. He's walking to his dorm, he's the only one around, and all of a sudden he hears someone behind him. And he paused, and the individual paused. He's walking along with his cane, and he keeps hearing this person behind him, and every time he'd pause, they'd pause. And so he starts walking faster, just hurrying right along, as fast as he can. And this individual just starts speeding up with him. He's working up a sweat. Boy, his heart's palpitating, his hands are sweaty. He knows this person's going to get him. And he just, can I make it to the dorms before this person catches me? And he's almost outright running. He's almost afraid that he's going to get vapor lock. Like Pete Coltrane with the Dukes of Hazzard, always warning Boss Hogg about getting all uptight and worried and getting vapor lock. So this is happening to this poor fella. Well, he gets up to the door, and he finally gets to it. He runs in, he shuts it. All of his other buddies and all these other people in the lobby of the dorms, and he goes, "Man, somebody's following me. Can you go check?" And so they all go out and they all check. While he's sitting there going, "Oh man!" And they come back and they say, "Sir, you're perfectly safe. We found the person. We found the problem." And he's like, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah, where's your hands?" He puts his hands out like that, and they put a little cassette tape in his hands. Those of us who are old enough to remember cassettes. And it turns out that he was afraid of this cassette deck. This little cassette tape scared him that bad because he didn't realize he dropped it out of his backpack and the actual tape had caught on the zipper, and this tape was following him all the way behind him as he walks along. Blind fear. But you don't realize it. You didn't have to. Well, maybe as a silently you look back and you go, "Oh my gosh." Or maybe not. How many times have you thought you heard somebody following you, and you get back and you look back and you find out that you got a branch on your peel, and here you've been freaking out. But it's true, it's real. You fear, you get sweaty, your heart goes. I'm sure that's the sound it makes. Mine does. I listen to it every day. So, blind fear, somebody asked me, don't you have blind fear? I said, don't all of us have blind fear? So, well, yeah, it's got to be, it's got to be scary to be a blind man. Not unless you're running from a tape. Or something you have no clue about. That's blind fear. Blind fear comes to people a lot of times about death. People fear death because they don't know what to expect. They don't understand it. They aren't comfortable with it. They don't see it. They don't know what's to come. And so you're fearing something you have no knowledge of. I remember somebody gave us a quote in this Toastmasters. It was probably a good 2.5 years ago. But they gave us the stat that more people fear dying than they fear public speaking. And I thought, that is so true. And then she said, and to give Sue Ann Kern credit, she said, that means that most of us would rather be in the coffin than giving the eulogy. Blind fear. I just love to hear stories about blind fear because it allows me to accept the times that I assumed something and feared it. Remember, when we assume, we always make an ass out of you and me.